Here we go, guys. In this video, we're going to celebrate a little bit with Gareth Soloway over at In the Money Stocks. He's been a perma bear on Bitcoin forever and calling for sub 12,000, sub 10,000 Bitcoin. I think he really thinks we're going to go back there in the future. But anyway, a little background disclosure. Way back in the day, I was a member of In the Money Stocks with Gareth Soloway and Nick Santiago. Two good guys, two good traders. And back then I was so desperate, I was having to get part-time jobs in order to pay for the, instruction and membership. And then also to keep depositing money back into my account because the market was taking it away. And then now, obviously I'm a withdrawer of funds out of my account that I've taken out of the market. And I just say all that to say this, you can too. There's no way you could be worse of a trader investor than I was. And then, getting the education, continuing my education, and practicing and not giving up, can lead you as well to be as good or better than any of these influencers or any of these guys on CNBC or whatever. Okay, let's get on with the video here.
So first off, we're going to jump over here. We have Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, a monstrous tumble. Now, the key with Bitcoin.
Yeah, monstrous tumble is the dump over, the crash, all those real scary words. And if we go back in history, when we were in this bull market, previous bull market, the last bull market where we made our all-time high, before that all-time high, we had a 31% pullback, 26, 27, 50, over a 50% pullback here. 25%, so on and so forth. So things are really, not as bad as they appear. Okay, so don't let people fool you.
Look at this flush. I've been telling everyone to watch out for this trend line, right? So if we zoom out on this chart, and again, I want to just say this, folks. There are a lot of influencers out there, tons of them, and they're always saying, hey, it's going to all-time highs. It's going to do this. Don't worry. It's a new bull market. These people, they've been trading for 3, 4, 5 years, maybe a couple cycles in crypto. Folks, I've been trading now for 24 years.
Okay. Yeah, Gareth has been trading for 24 years. However, if you never, go to the next level, if you never, improve, if you never, go out and learn new things and new techniques, basically you have 1 year's experience over 24 years. Okay, so let that sink in a little bit.
I've been day trading, literally making multiple trades every single day, in and out, swing trade.
Okay, what I'd like to see, and this is just not Garrett, this is other influencers out there bragging. You never see it live, on YouTube. And you can look at my, YouTube channel. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens, I don't know how many hundreds maybe, of live trades, on video. And then also you can check my Twitter feed and, we show, what is it, timestamps don't lie, trades all the time. But anyway, enough with all that.
Trading. And even I still make mistakes.
And we all do.
Is that
That's
to
true.
learn how to read this stuff, it doesn't happen in a few years trading a few buys on Bitcoin or.
Actually, the time span can be shortened if you know how to teach this information, and bring people. You can give them years of experience over a short period of time if they're willing to learn it and willing to put the time and the work in.
Or in the crypto world, it doesn't. You need to be careful who you follow. I was
That's
warning
true.
everyone at 31,000. I said, guys, I don't think it's getting through here. I think it's pulling back. And no one, again, very few, I should say, believe me. Here you have it right here. This is the charts. The charts give us probabilities. I want to be the casino, not the gambler. Being the casino, I'm going to be wrong sometimes, but overall, I'll win more than I don't. And that's the key. All right, so here's your 31,000 level. We know here it hit multiple times. This was the telltale sign. This reversal, you closed above, you got a reversal candle. Reversal candles, technically speaking, are bearish signals. When you
Okay, what he's not telling you or what he doesn't know is that right through that trend line right here, Okay, we were making, near-term new highs. And then that green candle that came in was a near-term high that took out the previous highs. And 70% of the time, matter of fact, let me go to my chart and I'll show you. Take these off and go over here so you can see it better. Let me pull this in and right through here. So we made a high right in here. And then 70% of the time, when you make a near-term new high, it fails, okay? So there's a 70% probability that you're going to have a pullback. And then this red candle, when you get a green bar ignored and you get a red candle that flushes it out, and it can be, the same thing could happen on a reversal too. But anyway, you have a 70% probability that the price is going to continue lower. Okay, so you had two really high percentage, high odds situations, factors that came to pass, one right after the other. Okay, so let's go back to the video.
Have a green and then an equal size red reversing, especially where it's the only candle that really closes above that line, you have to say that's a warning sign.
Also, this for you day traders out there, that happens a lot on the 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart. Institutions will run it up through there, the market makers rather, and a lot of the retail, inexperienced retail investors will have made a new high, so they'll jump in, and guess what? They'll dump it. So yeah, a real nice little head fake there.
We then saw markets kind of go to sleep. Anytime the market goes to sleep and you have bearish signals, be very careful. And the reason I say that is because the volume starts drying up, which means once you
Well, the reason why the volume started drying up is that the pro traders, institutions, everybody that really knows how to play this game, there was no reversal pattern, support area, potential breakout pattern that had multiple factors. Okay, you have to have, two or more factors, reasons, hard data to either go long or go short. Okay, so everybody that was that knew about this particular pattern up here were still short, and there wasn't any reason for them to go long at that point in time. Okay, just like your heart doctor, or a surgeon or whatever, you don't want him to go in and start operating on you, from something he read on Reddit or saw on CNBC, or he thinks that's going to, this is the, what he needs to operate on or cut on. You want him to have, hard data, facts, factors, to back it up.
you get a break of 28,000, it's almost like a trap door opening up and you collapse through it because there's no buyers. There's no buyers here, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be a buyer there because there's no, support zone. However, last evening there were some, big buyers coming in because we had about a 12% drop, and then we closed, a little over 5% up. So almost half of that was bought up. Okay, and let's go back to the video.
We know that the volume on Bitcoin over the last couple months has gotten anemic. So once you have stops here,
Because there wasn't any reason to go long, that's why.
tons of people, tons of players putting stops here. When a stop is triggered, it sells automatically. And when there's no buyers, it creates a trap door and you fly through it to the downside. Now, again, this is now a break of the 28,000 upsloping trend line. I've been telling you in these game plans for multiple weeks now that this is what we call an upsloping trend.
Okay, he's correct on that, but what he's not telling you or what he doesn't know is that the third hit, see, 1, 2, 3, you bounce, and then on the fourth, fifth hit, high odds, high probability, you break it. Same if you're underneath it. Right now, previously it was support, now it's going to be resistance, but if you were under it after the third hit, you're going to dump, and then fourth, fifth hit begins to be higher odds, higher probability, you're going to break through that resistance or, through that support. Okay. So I just want to, give you the inside story.
Trends being the key word, upsloping trend line. What this now means is that the upsloping trend has been broken. All right, now you haven't made a lower low yet. That's this point. That'll be the next nail in the coffin here in the near term. Now, if it doesn't make a lower low, okay, that could be a slight positive.
Okay, nail in the coffin and then slight positive. Okay, okay, you gotta love it. He'll get to this in a minute. So there's two major, actually more than that, factors down here. It's like you don't have to hit it exactly. It's kind of like the ropes on a boxing ring. You know, they give a little bit. And that's kind of what happened last evening. And those that know this wasn't, mom and pop buying here. That was big money coming in here, people that know how to trade these markets.
But that's the next point we're watching. So I want to add that into my chart right now. For those of you that are home gamers, you guys can see again right here. Look at how close we got to it.
Okay, let me see what. Let me go
The
back
flush
up.
almost took us to this level. The reason
Okay, there we go. We'll do it this way. Yeah, for the home gamers, what he's not showing you or what he doesn't know, see back here, he needs to be going way back here and see all this high pivot area, that consolidation zone there. That was like a brick wall. Then we had a little bit of price vibration here, and then the major low right there, low pivot that held support. Matter of fact, let me bring it up on my chart. And as you can see, that green dashed line, all that was resistance for a number of days. A little bit of consolidation here. We even sold off some. Let me pull that in so you can actually see it. And then here was the major pullback. Also, there's other factors here that we can't get into that because that's for our Patreon members and they pay for that information. So let's go back to the video.
The reason why this level is so important on Bitcoin is because this is where BlackRock came out and said, hey guys, we're filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. If we get below that, psychologically, that's going to screw with a lot of investors' minds, right?
Okay, all right, man. That dude needs to be on in the movies or something. He's a good actor. But anyway, okay, BlackRock comes out and says, "Hey, we're gonna apply for a Bitcoin ETF spot ETF." Do you think they probably started, accumulating Bitcoin a little bit earlier? Do you think they're going to come in and tell everybody that, disclose all that information, and then start on a level playing field? I mean, if you don't have a hedge, if you don't have a tactical advantage, you're going to lose in this game every day. And BlackRock being one of the biggest institutions, money makers out there. I think they probably started, I would guess, if it ever comes out, back in November of 2022. If you check our Twitter feed, you'll see that back in January, we called the lows for Bitcoin in January, in January of 23, saying it was in November. The bottom was put in November of 2022. And one of the key factors there are the cycles. And you go to the next halving, which is going to be in April of 2024, and then you go back 470 days. It might not be to the perfect 470 days, but it's going to be in that range. And that's where Bitcoin always bottoms, always consolidates, and then it slowly moves up into the halving, and then after the halving it goes parabolic. But anyway, guys, enough with all this. Appreciate you watching. Check us out on Twitter. Check out our Patreon members group if you want to learn how to be, one of the, withdrawers. In other words, taking more money out of your account than you're putting in. Let us know. We'll get you fixed up. And in the meantime, we will see you on the charts.